call Halal Yahweh Shemi al Shem Bahashim Kakodash, double ownership, double apostles and other bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth and its sincerity, the hope of the light tabernacle of David. The Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,001 third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I am the brother / elder. Shalom and salutations to you all. This is the WW3 Daily Update. Today is War and Rumors of War Tuesday, okay, where we go to Matthew 24. So lucky. We read Matthew 24 and 6 in the King James. In the King James. Wars and rumors of war. Today is wars and rumors of war. 4 and 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, and then what we do is we go in to these different versions and we read some. And we look at the similarities. NIV, wars and rumors. NLT, wars and threats. Bear with me. Wars and threats of wars. And on down to the GNT, news of battles. So we got rumors, threats, news, and reports. Where's reports? Reports. Reports of wars. So rumors, threats, news, and reports. Let's get some news. All right, we're going to watch a little bit of this, and then we're going to watch a little bit of the war in the Middle East, and that'll be it. Look for news, threats, rumors, and reports. Take it.
Welcome to the News Hour. Russia is escalating its bombing campaign against Ukraine with a massive drone attack hitting cities and towns overnight and into this morning. In the past week alone, 30 Ukrainians have been killed and more than 163 injured. That's prompted President Trump to lash out at Russian President Vladimir Putin, but also Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as diplomacy stalls and violence rages. A late night for Ukraine as flames and sirens broke through the darkness. Overnight, Russia sent the biggest drone attack of the entire war so far. Ukrainian Air Force officials say more than 355 drones came from Russia last night. And the night before, 298 drones. Plus almost 69 missiles. Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the attacks made it clear Russian President Vladimir Putin didn't want to end the war.
All the more so as Russian strikes are becoming increasingly brazen. Over 900 attack drones launched against Ukraine in just 3 days, along with ballistic and cruise missiles.
On Sunday outside of Kyiv, Ivan and Lyubov Fedorenko's home was destroyed.
Thank God we had no children at home. Yesterday, I was trying to persuade my daughter to come to us. After all, she lives on the 8th floor in Kyiv, and here it's the ground floor. She said, "No, Mom, I'm not coming." And thank God she didn't come, because the rocket hit on the side where the children's rooms were.
Moscow's defense ministry says they've shot down more than 100 Ukrainian drones.
Woo! As you can see, and Moscow just stepped it up. Okay? We're going to keep this short, all right? So that was Eastern Europe. Raging. No signs of shutting down. And what else did I want here? What did I have? I had, oh, you know what? I think, oh, shoot. Let's see. How do I go back and get Russia escalated. It was this. Okay, so this is Young Turks. Israel wants to start catastrophic war with Iran. 1 day ago, all right? Rumors of war, yeah? Is this a rumor? What is that? Something shit. Get Les Schwab off of here. Here we go.
Far, he has resisted a war with Iran, but let's not forget, he is the one who ripped up the Iran nuclear deal in his first term. Trump is also the guy who decided to assassinate Qasem Soleimani, who was the top general in Iran's military. And that,
once again, we're looking for rumors, threats, news, and reports. Take it.
Led to, a full-fledged war, a hot war between the United States and Iran at the time. Luckily, it didn't, but Trump was definitely playing with fire in his first term. Going to war with Iran would be disastrous. The question is Trump going to keep allowing Netanyahu to dog-walk him, or is he going to be a strong leader that avoids wasting American lives and American resources on a war that we shouldn't be fighting?
Do you want to see Israel take action against Iran, even if we are not, would take it?
Alan Dershowitz is the absolute devil, by the way.
Don't have a role?
What I want to see is Trump give an absolute warning, say within 30 days, if Iran doesn't dismantle all of its
that dude lived on Epstein Island
programs, enrichment of centrifuges, there will be an attack. I would hope Iran would back away and there wouldn't have to be an attack. But if there has to be an attack, let Israel do it. Let the United States provide them bunker-busting bombs and B-52s.
Well, it looks like a war hawk like Alan Dershowitz is in luck, because the new intelligence shows that Israel is in fact preparing for a possible strike on Iran's nuclear facilities, even as the Trump administration pursues diplomatic means to get a new nuclear deal to prevent Iran from building nuclear weapons.
Is that rumor of war? Is that a threat of war? Is that news? Is that report? It's all of the above, is it not? Great stuff.
As was the case with the nuclear deal that President Barack Obama secured back in 2015, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is not interested in peace here. He wanted to torpedo the original nuclear deal. Unfortunately, he succeeded in doing that in Trump's first term. And now as Trump tries to secure a second nuclear deal, you have Israel thinking, maybe we do a strike anyway. And then after we do a strike, what choice does the United States have? Of course they're gonna help us. So let's get into the granular details here. The intel comes from multiple US officials who are familiar with the latest intelligence, who caution it's not clear that Israeli leaders have made a final decision, and that in fact there is deep disagreement within the US government about the likelihood that Israel will ultimately act. Whether and how Israel strikes will likely depend on what it thinks of the US negotiations with Tehran over its nuclear program. So there are multiple people who spoke to CNN for this story, and another person that's familiar with this intelligence that's been gathered by US officials on this issue says that the chance of an Israeli strike on an Iranian nuclear facility has gone up significantly in recent months. And the prospect of a Trump-negotiated US-Iran deal that doesn't remove all of Iran's uranium makes the chance of a strike more likely. So let's just...
What they're doing is they're trying to make it seem as though Israel is moving unilaterally, even though money, bombs, food is still being sent as the genocide rages. So you can't fool somebody whose eyes are wide open. You can try, and so you ain't fooling none of those Arabs over there. That's for damn sure. So anyway, we'll go ahead and end it right there. We'll look one more time, and we see reports. Yes. Okay. New American Bible. You will hear of report. You will hear of wars and reports of wars. For you will hear of battles and rumors of battles. Rumors. Threats. You will hear wars and threats of wars. Rumors, threats. News. Where my news go? News right here. News of battles far away and threats. Catholic. Rumors. Threats. Aramaic. Reports. Wait, where's my threats? Lost that again. Reports. Threats. Rumors. News. Good news. With that, we hope that the elect ratified you, brother and sister. Shalom.